What's up, guys and girls? We're here at the beautiful warehouse gym in Dubai Design District. You're watching the Generation Strong talk show, the strength channel of the Middle East. My name is Ray, and today we talk bands. We talk band training, suspended band training with a kettlebell. Benefits of suspended training with a kettlebell and a strength band. The method was used back in the day by a lot of the old school powerlifters. You might have noticed it at Westside Barbell quite a lot if you watch those videos, but the angle with that is when you use this sort of instability training, accommodating resistance training, you activate and you fire up a lot more muscle fibers and a lot more muscles around, the stabilizing muscles around, to engage and to maximize. So anyone looking to add a little variation to their training, this is one of the best ways. If you're a bodybuilder and you're lacking in certain muscle groups and you're, say for example, your shoulders are not looking the best, or your hips are not looking the best, or your abs are not looking the best, it's the best way. And a side tip, this is a great ab workout. Alrighty, step number one. You find a reasonable weight kettlebell, so 8 to 10 kilos is good enough. We're using the green band. They're the most efficient ones here. They're the best ones to use because they're not going to stretch too much, but they're going to give you that little bit of movement that you want. Take it through, wrap it through the handle. Simple as that. Double here, hold it, put it onto your sleeve. Tip, you need to use collars somewhere around there so that the bands actually start there and they don't clamp into the rig. So grab a collars, attach your collars, bands go on right there. So as you can see, the kettlebell is a lot wobbly, and as you unrack, this is gonna move a lot. Make sure you brace yourself. Then messing around again. Do not try this at home. Do not try this at home. Here we go. Both sides on. Pink kettlebells, equal weights. Make sure they're equal weights. 8 kilos. For the first time when you're lifting it, make sure you're bracing. I'm here, low bar squatter. Brace, up, 1, 2, 3. As you can see, kettlebells are shifting. I'm here. As you can see, they move around, move around, move around, move around. All right, and if this gets too easy, of course, add some weights. Let's show you how. So this is how you put on a plate if you don't know how to put on a plate. Never mind. Make sure you have a collar on the outside. We're using the IPF 2.5 kilo collars. Make sure they're locked in tight. Let's go. Bars on my back. This is gonna be heavier, so brace. Right? I'm still strong. Make sure you're controlled, all right? Cool. Rack it carefully. And that's how you get the squat. So if you have the tiny ones and you're too cheap to buy the more expensive ones, this is how you would wrap it. Double loop. Right there. You're wrapping it 4 times around, right? You're not gonna get as much, but that's how you'd raise it on the bar. It's a lot higher, so you're not gonna get that much instability, but it's a way to do things.
Buy the heavier bands.
Buy the heavier bands. Don't be cheap. So since we already have this set up with the red bands and the kettlebell, attach it round like that. Watch the other side. Make sure you have a friend with you. So as you can see, we're set up. Make sure your cap's facing forward.
Seriously, bro?
Benching. I take a pretty narrow grip. Get set up. Again, make sure you're bracing. This is gonna be a whole new experience. Up. And right. Again, make sure you got the collars on, guys, on both sides in the beginning, so it doesn't clank into the actual rig. These are the things which you just don't try at home. Cap forward. That's really weird.
It's great isolation training, right?
Does my left pec look bigger than my right? For those of you who want to be cheap and don't want to buy the other bands, let's use the green one. All right, double loop. Through. All right, you got one loop. Take it around. You got the second one. Then, that's how you go. So it's through and then 2 wraps around. Make sure your collar's on. Ta-da! So we're making it shorter because when you bench, remember, you gotta have a little bit of distance. You don't want the kettlebell to be banging against the ground and creating all that ruckus. So just make sure there's enough distance between the kettlebell and the floor so you can actually bench with your pad. Last but not least, we got the overhead press. We're gonna use method number 1, which is you wrap around and you get it through the loop. The band stays longer, so you get a lot more wobbliness, and you gotta stabilize for that one, so you gotta brace. You get it through. Loop. Attached. Now, the longer the band is, the more wobbliness you're gonna get. The shorter the band is, the more it's gonna be stabilized. I'm 5'11", disclaimer, this would be a good height for me. If you're shorter than me, then you probably wanna use method number 2 coming up soon. Put it on, make sure you got your collars, try to avoid the rig.
What was that? Avoid the rig, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. So here we got the setup, ready to go. I get under the bar. Brace, brace, brace. Front round position. Press. Control down. Press. And careful when you're wrapping. And that's how it's done. So method number 2, if you're a little bit shorter than 5'11", let's use method number 2, or you're lazier. Just get it through. Wrap around. Boom, per se. Up it goes. This is going to be a lot easier than the last set that I just did. As you can see, the difference in heights. That was way easier. So if you're rich and you bought both the bands, then this is how you grab the red one around the kettlebell. So the red one is a lot thinner. Make sure you gotta double loop it. So method number 2, grab it around, up it goes. This is gonna wobble a lot more, so it's gonna be a lot more tougher than the other one. Give it a little
Yo-yo.
yeah. About 20 kilos either side, plus the bar, 60 kilos, plus the bands, probably weigh about 100 kilos. So as you can see, we have collars on the ends as well, just to make sure that they don't fall out. I'm not too worried about where they go in the center, but just make sure you have them collared up, guys. All right, guys, so additional tip right at the end is you never want to go heavy with these. You never want to go like very heavy reps, like 1 to 3 to 4. You always want to go moderate to high reps, only because it takes a lot of toll on the tiny muscles that stabilize your shoulders, your back, your abs, your hips. Just beware of that point. Next thing, remember, always use collars everywhere you can. Third tip is the longer the bends, the harder they get. Fourth tip, the thinner the bends, the harder they get, the more unstable they get. Fifth tip is don't be cheap.
Buy more bands.
Buy more bands. Buy. All right, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't be cheap. There's a bell icon right there. Hit it. Hit it.